Aliko Dangote is one of the... There's only stupid. Why?
Start over, TJ.
Aliko Dangote is the richest man in... Oh, God, why the is this so hard to do? Aliko Dangote.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I have to fart, and I don't want to do it in the middle of your... Just let me...
Now my ass is...
My ass. What crack itches? You know what? We're just going to keep this, TJ. This must be your intro, dude. This shit.
Yeah. Why is his name got to be so hard?
I'm going to do your intro for you, TJ.
Aliko Dangote.
Aliko Dangote.
Dangote.
Is one of only three...
A.
He's the richest person in Africa.
No.
He's the richest black person in the world. And tonight he gets
Don't do it.
fried.
You're not doing it.
Wow, give me a the Oscar goes too.
Shut up.
Scotty did it.
Aliko Dangote is one of only 3 billionaires in Nigeria. He's the richest person in Africa. He's the richest black person in the world. And tonight, he gets deep, fat, fried.
Deep, fat, fried.
2022 will be the year that we literally drown you in content. 156 standard 30-minute episodes of Deep Fat Fried, 52 long-form episodes of Deep Fat Fried, 37 episodes of Dank D&D, live episodes of Onion Nuggets every Wednesday, new Cinema for Cynics reviews, Fighting Boys, Abandon Hope, Hideology, Ask Hollywood Love, and The Grease Trap. And even if you manage to watch it all, we still have a massive back catalog of old content that's going to blow your mind. We have got metric tons of old commentaries, grease traps, mountains of Deep Fat Fried episodes. We've got oceans of flash fries. We got valleys of Abandon Hope and Hideology and other miscellaneous content you could watch for weeks, if not months, straight. And with all this content, both new and old, we have realized that it is time to simplify our Patreon. Yes! Right now, our Patreon is split into a $10 tier and a $5 tier. Now, this has long aggrieved us because our philosophy in this company is that simplicity is best. How do we create so much content? We keep it simple. We keep it streamlined. We commit to a process and we constantly fine-tune that process. Anything that wastes time, we get rid of. Having two patron tiers is not in line with our philosophy. So, we've decided to unify into a single tier at the price point of $7. Join the Pessimist Productions Patreon today because we are looking very forward to entertaining you all in 2022.
Wow.
Good job, TJ. You got to that intro, man. Whew, it was tough.
You done it.
You did it,
You
TJ.
done it. You done did it.
I've literally seen you go through like 14-page scripts and not make one mistake, and you could not read a 2-sentence intro. I'm sorry,
3 sentences.
Oh, 3 sentences.
No,
I
there's
apologize.
actually 4 sentences.
I know what it is, dude. It's because when TJ writes an intro, it's always like something that is supposed to be chiseled into the annals of history. You know, he can't just like write an intro where he's like, you know, this is happening and that's it's always like, Aliko Dangote is one of only 3 billionaires in the entire continent of Africa. Also,
That's not
the
true.
richest.
There's more than that. He's one of only 3 billionaires in Nigeria.
Oh,
So,
well, my bad.
but he is also the richest person in Africa. He's also the richest black person on Earth.
He's also goofy.
Although I think there is
looking
a richer black person on Neptune, I think. So,
Oh, Neptune, of course.
yeah. You say he was ugly, Paul?
He's not ugly. He's just goofy looking. You know, he's lucky he's a billionaire because he's just kind of like,
wow,
looks
this
nerdy.
This guy's an inspiration to millions, Paul. Inspirational figure,
Paul.
and you're just like, oh, he's goofy.
Rich, powerful black African, and what does Paul say immediately? Looks
The most successful African man on earth. The Paul's like, what a goofy looking son of a bitch.
Racist. Racist.
Maybe he
Racist. I'm
is
sorry.
goofy. Like, how do you know he's not goofy?
I'm no, here's right, Paul. Racist. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, Paul.
No,
Paul.
he's
No, I'm sure he's
one.
one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
By that you mean billionaires, of course.
Yeah, billionaires.
He's one of the good billion. Oh, yeah.
Not really, honestly. But
People that annoy
he
you.
has a reputation as being a
Paul.
good billionaire, but it's not. It doesn't. As far as I can tell, it's not deserved.
I meant
But
black
whatever,
people.
we'll get to it.
I meant black people.
Oh, okay, good.
One of the good ones of them, you know.
Yeah. His home country of Nigeria is, well, let me tell you a little bit about him. He's the richest black person. I've already mentioned that a few times. Richest person in Africa by a pretty comfortable margin, by the way. 191st richest person in the world. He's been higher ranked than that, but his fortune fluctuates with the price of oil. So, but he's always got those resources. So his home country of Nigeria is actually the top oil exporter in Africa, which has helped to create wealth related to crude oil sales that account for more than half of government revenue. But a failure to diversify the economy and build much needed transport and power infrastructure has stymied growth and the spread of wealth. So basically, the wealth in Nigeria is very concentrated.
Yeah, massive wealth inequality there. Also,
Worse probably than here, I think.
Well, there's it's under a lot of civil unrest in Nigeria as well, damaging to their environment, destroyed a lot of their fertile and biodiversity because people actually tap into a lot of these lines to get the oil out because most people, like you said, most people can't afford that because, there's massive wealth inequality there. So people steal the oil from these pipelines. And of course, what happens when you steal it? It leaks out.
You know how they are.
These plebs everywhere.
You know how they are over there. You know how they are over there.
See why Paul's not getting on camera this time.
What I was talking about, oil companies.
The oil
okay.
companies,
Whoa, Paul. I mean, I don't know, Paul.
What's your problem? Why are you guys so sensitive
goddamn oil companies.
It seems like a little racist, Paul. I don't know. Maybe you're not.
You guys got the
Maybe
racism alarms up, man, and I'm just bagging on the the oil companies.
We're just
like
trying
usual.
to look, Paul. We're trying to be woke here.
The National Bureau of Statistics, in a poverty report from 2019, said 40% of Nigerians live below the Nigerian poverty line of 137,430 naira per year. I think that's the name of it.
I found a problem right here.
Yes.
They need to start using dollars.
Well, if they use dollars, it would be a much lower number. In fact, I want to ask you how much you think that's actually worth.
147 naira a year is what
137,000 naira a year.
Oh, there were 137,000 naira a year. That's got to at least be like 80 grand over here, at least, right?
And it's actually blacked out for me, so I actually don't have the answer either.
Yeah, I blocked it out so Scotty couldn't see it either.
I'm gonna go with
how much you think it is.
$1,300.
It's $381.75.
Wow, $381.
So 40% of the country lives on $381.75 a year or less. So most people live on like $1 a day, give or take.
Yeah, you hear that? That's a common thing. Is like billions of people live in less than $1 a day.
So that's about 82.9 million people in Nigeria because it's a hugely populated country. So despite that, Nigeria is actually ranked as the 27th largest economy in the world in terms of nominal GDP, 24th largest in terms of purchasing parity. Nigeria has the largest economy in Africa. The country's re-emergent manufacturing sector became the largest on the continent in 2013, and it produces large portion of goods and services for the region of West Africa. So this is like a major economic hub in Africa, but the wealth is super duper ultra dodeca concentrated to a select few. And it's like kind of funny if you actually search for Nigerian houses, what you find is like these really beautiful fucking houses and mansions and shit, because, that's the houses that they're actually advertising is like where the rich people live.
But how much would you, if $133,000 will sustain a person over there? Hold on, let me think about it. 133,000 rupees or whatever you said they were.
Nairas.
I'm just trying to think about. I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about moving to this place.
I mean, honestly, there are people who fucking do that. Usually, it's black people, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't. I mean, if you wanted to live there, you could live basically a life of opulence and luxury. Now, you'd be in a very destabilized country. And it's not super destabilized, but it's not super stable either. There'd be a lot of people fucking gunning for your money and resources and shit. And you'd have to live under like in a secure community and shit. But you could live in the lap of luxury on far less than you do here. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, if almost half the country's living on less than $1 a day, I mean, yeah.
So, but to contrast that, so 40% of the country living on about $381 a year, about $1 a day. So to contrast that, the richest citizen of the country, Aliko Dangote, has a net worth of about $11.5 billion, according to the Forbes 2021 billionaire list. So this guy is sitting pretty on 11.5 billion, while the people in his country, are basically living on $1 a day or less.
I mean, in destitution and poverty.
Right. Total destitution, basically. Now, like I said, there's like strong stratification. And in fact, like a lot of the people who live in like the cities in Nigeria make much more. But the people who live in the rural areas of Nigeria, the underdeveloped areas of Nigeria, basically living on nothing. By modern like Western standards. So here's his $30 million mansion, one of his mansions. He has many houses. This is one of them. This is the one that you could find the most pictures of online. $30 million out here. I don't know what I wasn't able to find a square footage of it, but I'm guessing it's probably pretty significant.
Got some nice bust in there. Yeah.
So yeah, this is the living room. There's apparently a TV somewhere in this room, because when I was reading an interview with him about where he was like taking someone through the house, he was talking about how he enjoys watching television, but he hopes that one day there's like actually good African television, because he basically watches like Bloomberg TV and shit from like the States and Western countries.
Sure.
Because there's not really good like financial TV on in Africa or something.
Well, I mean,
there's not like
he's based in Nigeria, but I mean, anyone that's that rich is a global traveler, and they're going everywhere.
Right. And I mean, like he has like connections with like Bill Gates and Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I mean,
every fucking rich person named Bill in America basically.
Yeah, well,
is like his buddy. I guess
the billionaire club is a very tight knit group.
Right. I mean, there's very few of them on the fucking face of the earth. So if you're in that club, you're in that club. So yeah, this is his living room. You might notice that it's a little opulent.
Oh, just a little bit.
A smidgen. Just a tiny, tiny smidgen opulence.
Dude, if you have a couple busts in your living room, you've made it.
So here's the bedroom. I don't know if this is his decor choices, by the way. This is just photos.
He's
that
a rich guy.
Of the fucking...
This is all stage shit, dude. He doesn't know what the fuck how they decorated it.
Right. So this is the bedroom. You see, I don't know what this view is out here, but it looks like it has a nice view.
For $30 million, it should have a nice view.
Oh, yeah, of course. Here's the kitchen, which I fucking absolutely love. In the interview, he was talking about the kitchen as being like the heart of the house. He's like, life is created in the bedroom, but it is lived in the kitchen. So
me and him agree on that.
So here you go.
So he's got a pizza oven.
He's got a pizza oven back there.
This kitchen looks like
gigantic
fucking
range.
I hate this fucking kitchen, man. What do you like about this kitchen? It looks awful.
The pizza oven, dude.
It does. Look, it's got like sterile green fucking cabinets, and he's got yellow all over the fucking ceiling.
Here comes the salt. Where's your pizza oven, Paul?
I don't need
Where's your pizza oven?
I don't need no damn pizza oven.
You don't want to make a nice fresh up.
I mean, this is a great
bowl.
I mean, I might not. I actually don't really like the green color scheme, but like in terms of layout, this kitchen is it's boss. Like this is a fucking great fucking kitchen. Like it flows well. This island is perfectly placed. I mean,
got a big ass TV in there.
Yeah, I love this fucking kitchen.
Chairs I don't like though. Those chairs look uncomfortable as fuck. Those bar chairs, look at those.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with those.
Yeah, I would not sit in that chair. That's like a torture chair.
That doesn't look tall enough to even be a bar.
I've seen better kitchens in a double wide trailer than this, man.
Better kitchens in a damn double wide.
This is the least impressive fucking kitchen I've ever seen.
Ever. Here's a dining room here. This is like for like meeting with other billionaires and shit.
This is his dining room?
Well, this is not where he would normally dine. This is kind of just like where he would entertain like guests and shit.
This is his entertaining room? Oh my God. I mean, that's even worse. I thought it was his dining room for a second, and I was really like, but like, come on. Oh,
yeah, I mean, pretty ratty, you know? I mean, come on. We do better.
What a fucking garbage pit.
So here he is with some nerd called Bill Gates. I guess this guy is like a big deal in the 90s or something. Some kind of dork invented some kind of window. I don't know.
He invented the internet.
Oh, okay. I think I've used that before.
I thought that was Al Gore.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was it was that other dork, Al Gore.
Was it Al Gore? We got a fucking conflict here.
Yeah, well, that's for another deep fat Friday, I guess.
They worked on it together, right? I don't know. Something.
So anyway, Dangote, how do you get so fucking rich? You might be asking yourself. Like,
I'm going to guess that he financed a bunch of African warlords or whatever the fuck and shit and destabilized. I mean, I
don't know if he did that
country.
or not, but I don't know if he did that or not. He might, for all I know, but that's not how he did it. That's not how he got rich.
The drug trade, dude. The drug trade.
Ah, yeah. What about you, Scotty? What do you think? Don't look.
Well, you already said it before. Oil.
No.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
He's in oil now, but that's not how he got rich.
Oh, okay. That's not how he got rich. I have no idea.
So you might want to hear that he was like born in abject poverty and clawed his way to the top. You know,
that's blood like diamonds.
Yeah, I mean, hey, a lot of people get rich on those fucking diamonds. I mean, there's fucking diamonds in Africa, but not the case. His grandfather, who adopted him after his death, was Sanusi Dantata, director of the Nigerian branch of Shell BP and founder of Sanusi Dantata and Sons Limited. Sanusi Dantata was the son of Al Hassan Dantata, the wealthiest man in West Africa at the time of his death in 1955. The Dantata family controls significant holdings in real estate, cattle, nuts, oil, bunch of every piece of every pie. Basically every commodity that exists in Africa. The Dantata family has some sort of finger in that pie, right?
Impressive. So the guy that we're covering tonight, just like by like absolute sheer willpower, was born into an opulently wealthy family that he had nothing to do with.
Correct.
Right.
That's correct.
Wow, billionaires. Wow. Oh, I'm so impressed. Oh, my fucking God. Your great granddad that's been dead for fucking 110 years did some shit. Wow, man.
If you work hard and you play by the rules, you'll get nowhere. If you're born to a rich family, you'll be on top.
So if you were a Nigerian, the name Dantata would be, it almost have like the same connotations as like Rothschild.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's that like in that
like
region.
the Rockefellers.
Yeah, it's like Rothschild, Rockefeller. It's like that kind of name in that part of the world. So
Dantata, dude.
Yeah, they're super powerful fucking family and super tight knit and super like take care of their own kind of fucking group. So despite this fact, Dangote likes to spin himself as a self-made billionaire. And his logic, I got to say, is one of the most astonishing feats of mental gymnastics I've ever witnessed.
Hey, you know, sometimes you need to do that.
I want you guys to fucking listen to this, okay? This is him justifying how he is a self-made man and built his own fortune, okay?
Okay.
I want you to hear this because this you're gonna.
No, I want to hear this. I really want to hear this.
When we get to the point, I just. All right, you'll know when you hear it.
Talk about how you made this amount of money, which
I am actually going to speed it up because he's a very like slow talker, English being his second language, and he's like very like pause heavy and shit. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to speed it up to like 1.5.
It's by far the largest amount of money that any individual has in Africa. So you came from a wealthy family or not a wealthy family?
I came from a wealthy family. My late great-grandfather in the 1940s was actually the richest, West African. My late grandfather was one of the wealthiest Nigerian. The family name is Dantata. That's from my maternal side. My father too, was fairly rich, but he was both, in business and also in politics. But David, one thing that I'm very, very proud of is that I did not inherit any money from my father. I built everything from scratch to where I am.
But your father died when you were relatively young?
Yeah, he died when I was 8 years old.
So he didn't leave in his will a large amount of money for you?
Well, he left in the will, but, whatever that I inherited from him, which means in assets, I gave that one to charity since then.
Hey,
Oh.
Well, yeah, there you guys go.
Oh.
Gave it to charity. He did inherit some money, but that's been given to charity.
I am very proud that I didn't inherit anything from my dad.
Right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
inherited
Didn't you?
nothing.
Well, I did, but I gave it to charity since. So.
Since then, though, I gave that exact amount to charity. So that wipes it out. I built my own fortune. Wow.
I started with a small. Yeah, you start with a small loan of $1 million, and you know.
Next thing you know, you're a billionaire.
You can't even chalk that up to the language barrier. He really tried to sell that dog shit.
No, he did. And then the other guy called him on, and he's like, "Well,
yeah, my family was wealthy, but I gave it away."
Also, so not only did he have that, not only did he get inheritance from his father, but he started his business with a fucking gigantic loan from his uncle. So,
Wow.
I mean, doesn't everyone have a rich uncle they can just lean on and say, "Look, uncle, I just need a couple
if you're,
mil."
if you're trying to like make yourself into a billionaire, get you a rich uncle.
I unfortunately, everybody does have one. I already burned the bridge with mine,
Damn.
Yeah, that's
I told him I was going to start like some company or whatever, and then I just kind of like smoked it all. You know what I mean?
Well,
I just bought a bunch of weed and smoked it.
he should have realized, right?
But yeah, he told me never again, or whatever.
So at 21, Dangote graduated from Egypt's Al-Azhar University, considered one of Islam's most prestigious universities. It was there that the budding entrepreneur furthered his education in business. After graduating from college in 1977,
Wait a minute.
Dangote, yes.
How did he afford to go to one of the most prestigious universities ever if he went back in time and snatched the fortune that he inherited and donated it to charity?
Based on merit, clearly, Paul.
Yeah, pure merit, dude. It wasn't like his rich family bought his way in or anything like
No,
that.
he just showed up there and is like, I have a desire to learn. Come right in.
So after graduating in 1977, Dangote managed to convince his uncle to lend him money to start a business. Somehow he managed. It's like he had to be a smooth talker. It's like,
oh, I'm sure it was tough.
Hey, uncle, can I have money to start a business? Yes. It was
sure.
very difficult.
How much do you want? A bunch.
So the funds from the loan allowed him to import soft commodities at wholesale prices. From
how much was
suppliers.
it? Did you see how much?
I don't know.
They don't. He
was
probably
enough.
hasn't revealed it.
It was enough that he was importing commodities.
So
for international, so it was like a significant, substantive amount of money.
So he started an importer business with the money.
Yes,
that includes like shipping and fucking all that shit. So yeah.
So his two main imports were rice from Thailand and sugar from Brazil. He then sold those items in small quantities to consumers in his village at a lucrative markup.
Yeah, so he's just some fucking middleman. And he basically like scalped a bunch of fucking people for a bunch of money.
So he bought his business
for staples.
His basic business plan was he bought staples at wholesale prices, portioned them out, and sold them at a huge markup to everybody else.
Right.
So
shocking.
So the venture was extraordinarily successful, turned into a giant cash cow. An interview with Forbes, Dangote claims that at his best days at those times, he was realizing a net profit about $10,000 a day. He paid back his uncle in about 3 months. So if he's $10,000 a day, 3 months, I mean, we're talking about like $1.5 million loan, something like that.
Right. Just a cool, just a fucking casual $1.5 million. You know what I mean?
A small loan from my father of $1 million.
My uncle gave me a small loan. What was it? About a cool mill. Everyone gets that. You go to your rich uncle, they give you the mill, you're rich.
That's why I'm proud of being a self-made businessman.
And then if your casino's failing, your rich dad comes in, drops like $3 million. That always happens.
It's like I'm a self-made businessman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Huge real estate portfolio that I inherited. I mean, whatever.
So here's the website for his companies and his holdings and stuff. So in 1997, Dangote realized that acting as a middleman was a very costly endeavor. Sounds like it. So he built a plant to produce what he had been importing and selling for the previous 20 years: pasta, sugar, salt, and flour. Basically, he's like, why am I doing this import shit? If I manufactured here, I could make even more money.
Of course.
So he stops fucking importing shit and he starts making shit. So around the same time, Dangote was awarded a state-owned cement company.
So I guess a monopoly.
Yes. Dangote significantly expanded the operations of the company in 2005 by constructing a multi-million-dollar manufacturing plant. The construction was financed with $319 million of Dangote's own money and an additional $479 million loan from the International Finance Corporation, a sister organization of the World Bank.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, just a cool 350 mil from the World Bank.
No, 479 mil from the World Bank. 319 from his own holdings.
Got it.
And then also probably plenty from the Nigerian government, because guess what? He's very cozy with them. Each of his manufacturing divisions has since been separated into their own publicly traded companies. Dangote Sugar Refinery PLC, National Salt Company of Nigeria PLC. I know you like that one, Paul. Dangote Cement PLC. He owns a shit ton of companies at this point. They all used to.
It's the salt that got him rich, though.
So here's just like a list of some. If you look at our businesses, his businesses: cement manufacturing, sugar refining, salt and seasoning, fertilizer, infrastructure, tomato farming, rice farming, automotive, refinery, energy, petrochemicals, training academy, poly sacks, literally just like cloth sacks, real estate, mining, logistics, and maritime. So,
I see his spin. I mean, he basically, so he's saying he built his fortune from based on that, from all this huge mash, obviously, multinational company.
He took up. I mean, like, I'm not saying everybody could take a couple $1,000,000 and turn it into 11.5.
Yeah, they don't build a company like this, but I mean, like. But with the connections he had, I mean, he's basically able to get virtual monopolies where it's like he controls the sugar supply in this region of the world. He controls like the cement production in this region of the world.
He controls almost every major commodity in the fucking country. And
I mean, who wouldn't be?
He's basically got a government enforced monopoly. One of the biggest criticisms of him throughout his life and career has been that he basically is like. That'd be like if the Bush family owned all the cattle in the U.S. and it's like, of course they're going to be fucking billionaires, right?
So you have to buy Bush meat.
Yeah, there's not like there's no one coming up to like compete with him or anything. You know what I mean?
I mean, if they wanted to, like, how are they going to even try? I mean, he's got all these contracts with the government.
So, Dangote's fortune is pretty impressive, but it might be about to get a whole hell of a lot more impressive. Because his current project he's been working on for like pretty much the last decade. It's probably going to propel him in like new heights of fucking wealth. That is his refinery. So this is his biggest project to date. It's incurred many setbacks. Also potentially the most lucrative and game-changing thing he's done. So the Dangote refinery is an oil refinery owned by the Dangote Group. It's under construction in Lekki, Nigeria. When complete, it will have the capacity to process 650,000 barrels per day of crude oil, making it the largest single-train refinery in the world. He's invested over $7 billion
Well, that's a big thing
into this refinery.
Is a lot of these developing nations, like they have, even if they have the oil, they have to export it to more developed countries to have it to be refined.
Right.
So actually, have something like that's going to give him another thing in his process. If he can sell the refined crude oil from these different products, he's going to become even more. Like, he's going to be worth probably hundreds of billions.
Exactly, Scotty. So even though Nigeria exports crude oil, when it comes to like refined petroleum products, they have to import those into their country. Because even though they have the oil, they don't have the capacity to refine it.
Yes.
He's creating that capacity. So at the point where this is complete, and the completion date's been all over the place. It was originally supposed to be done in 2016. It was pushed back to 2020. Now it's looking like it's going to be next year, 2022. But whenever the project is completed, it'll be capable of meeting Nigeria's entire domestic fuel demand, and Nigeria will become an exporter of refined oil products across the globe.
That's big, very big money in that.
And it's going to be a complete monopoly controlled by Aliko Dangote. So you have a situation where Nigeria exports the crude oil. I already kind of explained this. They export it, but they don't have any fucking refined oil for themselves. So some of the like crazy logistical shit that's gone into this, it's pretty wild. So this is an article from 2018 that's saying it's possibly delayed until 2022. It ends up that this ends up having been true, although people at the company at the time were like, no, it's not. It's not going to take that long.
Well, I'm sure they blame the pandemic or whatever.
Oh, yeah, they have. But I just want to read you some of the fucking crazy shit logistically that they've had to come up against trying to build this fucking thing. So this is, like I said, it's going to be the fucking largest single train refinery on the planet. The government advisor said the CDU will not be ready for commissioning until the third or fourth quarter of 2021 at the earliest, and that the process would take about 6 months. So that process has not started yet, but it's due to start next year. Major pieces of equipment have yet to arrive or are still being constructed overseas. I think that everything has arrived at this point, but it was very hard to get all of this stuff to Nigeria, especially to a fairly rural part of Nigeria that doesn't have
the infrastructure.
Needed,
yeah.
I mean, it even says here a lack of infrastructure to support and install oversized equipment and risks from rainy season storms could add unforeseen delays. The government advisor.
I mean,
said.
it really is a Herculean task what he's doing.
They did,
and this country, because they just don't have it. Like in, let's say it's in Western Europe or it's in the United States or it's in China. They have the infrastructure built where they can just do this. Like, they've already done this before. Like, this is basically something that's never been done in this country. So you don't have the expertise. You have to bring in people internationally. You have to build like he probably had to build infrastructure to even make this happen.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like widen roads and fucking
a ton of shit like that.
Shit, probably.
Yeah, build bridges, all kinds of crazy crap.
So it was first announced in 2013. It wasn't finished. It was supposed to be finished in 2016. Like I said, did not happen. Obviously, the first producing unit of the fertilizer plant at the same site is complete, but the pipeline was supposed to bring its key input, natural gas, is not finished, meaning that the year-end start would be missed. Two of the sources said. So this project, still, even after this 4 years after this article was written, still fucking underway. But from what I understand, from what I've read up on since then, it's pretty much done. Like, there's just like, I don't know exactly what the fuck remains, but it's like on the verge of fucking completion. So remember earlier when I told you this guy was worth $11.5 billion according to Forbes 2021 list?
Yeah.
Well, he's significantly wealthier since then. His fortune right now is actually at $20.1 billion as of December 3rd. Basically because oil prices have gone up. And a cement price, and his cement company is doing well in the fucking stock market at this point, because there's like a shit ton of construction projects going on right now.
I mean, demand for commodities is super high. So, I mean, his wealth is continuing just to grow and grow and grow.
And, he's also poised to complete the $19 billion refinery, which, was original budget for the refinery was $9 billion. So it's about double. It's actually more than double the cost that was, projected for it.
I mean, but when the refinery is completed, yeah, it'll make that in a year.
Dangote this year also started exporting fertilizer to the U.S. and to Brazil after the completion of that plant. This was the fertilizer plant was like built around the same time, and that actually is active. And he started exporting fertilizer to us. And this just goes into like his shit.
And I mean, and they love that too, because what are the standards for the environment in Nigeria? Well, pretty much exactly whatever he says they are. So, like, of course, we love that. And these other countries love that. Oh, we're not polluting. Let's just pollute Africa now. We're not going to pollute the U.S. or Europe or these other countries. Let's just pollute these other developing nations.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it wouldn't probably surprise you to learn that there's like a lot of ties to China and stuff like that.
Shocking.
Huh? Wait. Hold the phone. What?
Yeah.
China messing around in Africa and like what?
I actually think I might do an episode on what China is doing in Africa, because it's pretty crazy.
You think you can figure out what they're doing in Africa, TJ?
I mean,
you don't even know what they're doing in Africa, TJ.
You think you know, TJ, but you don't know nothing.
Their form of imperialism seems a lot smarter than ours. I think we should fucking adopt it.
It's basically like make other countries be massively in debt to you, build their infrastructure, and you just own them.
It's
like,
too late.
We own your country.
Like you like that whole like we should start doing it. It's too late.
We could do it in South America, dude. We still got time. Get
China's
down there.
already doing
America.
it there. You think China doesn't have massive holdings in South America?
Oh, they totally are.
Massive
but we're closer.
investments?
We can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it, America.
I mean, don't kid yourselves. The U.S. and Europe does the same thing. We've all been basically Africa has been like subdivided by every rich country in the world. If we're being honest, because like just for farmland, because we need their resources. That's how the capitalism keeps running the way it does. That you go to other countries, you exploit them. I mean, China's just doing it because China's like, look, we want to make sure that we're on top, and if we have these resources, that's going to help us keep our place in the world and keep ascending.
But yeah, I mean, this dude, he's been as high as number 35 on the richest list. He's been lower. I mean, I think right now he's like at 190. Well, he was 191 when he had 11.
It's a competitive list.
Now he's up to
all
20.
The rich fucks are getting richer and richer.
They move around, but he's probably he's probably in the top 100 again at this point. And like if this refinery goes off without a hitch and starts producing at the capacity that he was talking about, he's probably going to end up being in the top 20, top 10 fucking richest people on the fucking planet. So, because like just having that level of control over that much of a fucking resource, I mean, it's just crazy. And like the fact that he's now like in the export business, he's exporting fertilizer here. He's going to be exporting oil. I mean, it's getting fucking nuts, man. This dude's going to be super fucking rich. He's not self-made. He's not, like, as far as I can tell, a good person or anything like that. But he is the richest black person on earth. So take that for what it's worth. There you go.
Okay.
Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried.